Good day. This is Do It Yourself Tuesday from Co's Cozy Corner, and I'm glad you are here and very thankful. And it is a wonderful day. It was for me, it was a very busy week with all kinds of things. So, and I want to show you this project. It is a pullover for my son, and I had laid it in the closet for 1.5 years, unfinished, and because I was frustrated with this sweater, and I will tell you why. And um, I designed it myself along the way. I wanted to be a brioche sweater from top to down, and I like to knit brioche, and I think it's very beautiful. And so I knit it with this wool for the main colors, and these two I do for the background colors. So, but I was knitting in the round and around, and then I saw that my knit work was constantly uh, pulling at one side. So I thought, is it the brioche stitch or what is this? So I did not want uh, this to be continued, that it would be pushing of pulling at one side. So you see, I constantly have to do this, but it's a lovely wool, and it's also a lovely sweater. So um, I did not know why, if it was the brioche stitch. So I started cabling after that, and that was okay. It was not pulling at one side, and I think because um, this stitch is moving more. The cables are moving or to one side or to the other side. So that was keeping it stable, although I was knitting it around. So uh, I first did the body, and after that I did one sleeve, and then I stopped because I was so frustrated that the thing I had in my head, I could not express it in a sweater how I wanted to have it. And I thought it was the brioche stitch. But later on I thought, but I did the brioche stitch in the round before, because I also made this. And um, and I do not have a problem with that it's pulled one side to one side. So I did not know. And then I thought I have to pick up that sweater again, because you have to knit through the frustrations. And and it's a nice sweater anyway, although it's pulling to one side. I did not want to change that. And then for a week, I was watching, I think, two podcasts about yarn that was pulling to one side, and why the yarn was doing that. And I thought, and it didn't dawn on me when I was watching it towards this sweater, but it was later on that it dawned on me that I was having a yarn that was pulling to one side. And why is it pulling to one side? I want to show you. So this is the background. This is a yarn. I can show you with twined with more strength. So and it gives another effect on the knitting work in the rounds. So through that twining, it is stable. Then I have this yarn. Let's, oh yeah. And this is just one string and then one time spinned, a little bit spinned. You can also see it here. And that makes it pull to one side when you knit in the round. When you go forth and back and forth and back knitting, then you do not have a problem with it. It will not pull to one side, but when you go in the round, it will pull to one side. So it was not the brioche that was doing it here. It is the yarn. And so that was very interesting. So when I buy a yarn like this, I will go back and forth and not in rounds anymore, or do something else. I was going here in the round, of course, you see, but because of the cabling that is going to the one side and to the other side, it also starts to be stable. So this you can do with this yarn, but going like this and in the round it will pull or push to one side. And you constantly have to do this. But I don't want to frog this. I did not want to do this and because it's so much work, I think, well, if it's worse than this, but I was very much frustrated to pick it up again, because this is also not an easy work. I did cabling and I did doing this with two colors, one background color and one front. It's not easy. So I started to pick this up again for a week because I was this was knitted until here, and I picked it up again, and I'm very glad that I did this because so you can overcome your frustration and you can finish it. And I have a lot of this yarn left, so I can also knit other things with it. But now I know I cannot do everything with this yarn the way I want to do it. So it's very important when you want to pick up a work that you understand your material. And now I understand this way of spinning, and so that's very nice to know now. So I wanted also to give it to you. I love to knit with brioche stitch, and I want to show you this book. It's a very, very nice book, also with all kinds of examples. And it's also good that you see, because with brioche, nothing, only when you make all these kinds of forms, it also forms on the beginning and the end. It shows forms, because you see it also with this. It is not a straight thing, you know. And I think it's very nice. It's this is the most nice when I wear my black jackets, because then you see this colors very, very nice. So um, this book is from Nancy Marchand, and she invented the brioche stitch and developed it, and it is so very, very lovely. And this is a very practical brioche book. So I can really, when you like seeing brioche and when you want to knit it, you see this is straight, because this is a more straight pattern. And um, so if you would like to look, you also, um, I thought she was also in the back. Yeah, look at this. How beautiful. So very nice examples. Whoa, too far. Very nice examples of patterns. These are very soft colors. Also very nice. A very good book. Knitting Fresh Brioche. um, but what was frustrating to me too, because I did this sleeve, but going to that sleeve, you have to, every time you have to turn everything. And how I managed to uh, turn much easier was using this kind of needles. And I was the sleeve that was ready, I fasten on this on the body. And in that way, I do not have a very long sleeve uh, that is hanging out, and um, where my uh, threads are getting entangled in, because this is a very nice wool, but very, very much entangling um, with the other yarn, because it's very sticky. And sticky is very, very nice in a knitting work, because it gets a grip on one another, but in that way you get a very nice fabric. And but when you are knitting and it's constantly entangling with one another, it's difficult, 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 difficult way of knitting. So getting rid of this and getting it in one piece with the body, um, with these kind of things, helped me very much to much easier turn. And so that is also not when it's when you constantly have to turn with the last sleeve. It's uh, not funny at all to do it. Um, so in this way, I I made it much easier for myself. Okay, that is this, and spring is here in the Netherlands, and we are enjoying it very, very much. And yesterday, my new bike came. It came by post in a package, so I had to uh, uh, put itself together. For it was together. It was together. It's but I had to do certain things to build it more. It's very difficult how to express what I did in words because yeah, English is not my first language, and so I have a new electric folding bike. I formerly had an electric bike, and it was a very dangerous one because the batteries were not working very well. Um, so it could stop in the middle of the road, especially in winter. And I could have had accidents with it, but gladly I never had. But it was a scary bike, and then it got stolen after years. And it was stolen so very easily because I went to the shopping mall and put my bike there, and in a few minutes it was gone because I was not a long time in the shop, and I came back and it was gone. And I think they put it in the back of a fan or something and drove off. So it I walked a lot for a few years because I did not want to buy a new one that quickly, and also it cost a lot of money. But now I saw a very cheap folding bike, electric, and I bought that, and it's working perfectly, and it was not that much money. So um, I did ensemble yesterday the whole bike together. So very, very busy, but also very nice that I can drive through my hometown more and make more distance, and also that I can drive to nature, taking a folding chair with me. And I just I like to walk, but my legs are not working that much good, and also my hip is not that good because of um, arthritis, and so. But now I can, and that's also why I need an electric bike because I need that help for so. Hey, still. Shh, lig, lig. And but now I can go to nature and sit there and knit because we have we are surrounded with all kinds of nice nature here in my hometown, and I want to enjoy that and take the dog with me with the bike. So um, and I'm very glad that I will be able to do that again. Okay, I want to show you also something else that I crocheted, and there's also a history behind it. Um, Maybe when it's warmer weather, I will wear it. There are things I like about this design, and there are things I do not like about this design. I think it's too much color with this here, and I want to have the attention to the flowers, of course, because that is what I like very much. Okay, but behind the flowers, I already made a lot of flowers, is a story. And that story is that in 2015, I had severe cancer. And I had lymph node cancer, and it was in a late stage. Because when I would have been 1 or 2 days later in the hospital, they could not help me anymore. That is what the doctor told me. Um, so I had to have chemotherapy, and of course, all my hair was coming out. Formerly, I had a very big, um, thick hair and much hair. Not anymore. But so my hair was falling out, and I did not want to have um, I I don't know the name. I have to look it up. Moment, please.